So, hi guys, and welcome. It's going to be a very hectic weekend where we have a lot of fixtures, and we've tried to, trim them down as much as we can to, the most interesting ones basically that we have here. Welcome to the channel if you are a sports prediction fan or a football prediction fan, and you're looking for a place where you can find, a way, means to beat the odds, and increase your chances of winning significantly. Congratulations, you've just found that. All right, so welcome back, guys. My name is Huka, and I will be your host on this daily podcast show, Football Prediction Podcast Show, where we give you, information, insights about sporting events that are happening every single day and what we consider safe market options. These two things will help you increase your chances of winning significantly as long as you pay attention and watch this video till the very end to grab the details you need to carve out those winning slips, which is very important, to do on weekends like this. Very important to do that. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's go right into that. We have 57 sports events for you, insights about those sports events and safe market options from the team, basically. So let's get right into that. The first sporting event we have is the game between Everton and Manchester United, and here's information about that sporting event today.
Everton's course against United has persisted to trouble them in recent years, even though the Red Devils are experiencing their lowest period in many decades. The 4-0 loss in the earlier match came under different leadership and should be viewed with skepticism. However, the guests should be more motivated than ever to prevent another loss that could push them down the standings even further.
So given that report that we have, just gotten there, we think that giving Manchester United 2 goals advantage going into that sporting event and expecting them to maintain that will be the safe way to play this one today at an odd of 1.17 in a sporting event. If you're looking at taking a bigger risk, with this sporting event, you can't go with Manchester United to win or draw in that one. We expect them to be able to do that today. Next sporting event we're tracking is the game between Arsenal and West Ham, and here's information about that sporting event today.
A barrage of goals against the Hammers is likely out of reach for an Arsenal side lacking strikers, but the Gunners shouldn't struggle with chance creation thanks to the dynamic Ethan Nwaneri in his present form. With Arteta's team facing a West Ham side low on confidence and yet to secure a clean sheet in 2025, we are fully confident that the host will narrow the distance to Liverpool and increase the pressure on the Reds ahead of Sunday's major clash with Man City.
So given the report that we have there, we think that Arsenal, should be able to win this one. It's safe to say that they will do that today at another 1.31 in a sporting event. Next is the game between Bournemouth and Wolves, and here's insight about the sporting event taking place today.
Wolves' energetic displays in their previous 2 matches, along with a strong away record in the Premier League against Bournemouth, will instill optimism for a favourable outcome at the Vitality Stadium. However, the Cherries remain the favoured team in this encounter. Certainly, Iraola's team has already scored 4 goals against a vulnerable Wolves defence this season, and they are likely to outscore their rivals while securing 3 crucial points to enhance their top 4 aspirations.
So given the report that we have there, we think that the home team to win or draw at 1.18 will be the safe way to play this sporting event today. That one, and if you want to take a bigger risk, of course, with this, you can go with the home team, draw no bet, or just the home team to win. In that sporting event, you find the corresponding odds with your bookmaker of choice, basically. Next sporting event is the game between Fulham and Crystal Palace, and here's information about that sporting event taking place today.
The previous 2 encounters between these teams at Craven Cottage have both resulted in draws, and another tightly contested match may be expected this weekend. Fulham will hold a psychological advantage after defeating Crystal Palace without conceding this season, but the Eagles have performed well on the road lately and will feel confident about securing at least a point from this match.
So given the report that we have there, we think that under 4 goals will be the safe way to play this at another 1.15 in that sporting event. So we don't expect to see 4 goals. But if we do have 4 goals in that sporting event, you get a refund by this option provided here. Next sporting event is between Ipswich and Tottenham Hotspur, and here's information about that sporting event for those looking to back it today.
As commendable as Ipswich's draw was at Villa Park, the Tractor Boys required a brilliant Palmer to rescue them repeatedly, and their struggles at home in the Premier League are very well known. McKenna's team shouldn't be completely dismantled by any means, yet a Tottenham squad that is uplifted both in morale and personnel has our support to fulfill their East Anglian revenge quest.
So given the report that we have there, we think that the away team to win or draw will be the safe way to play this at another 1.28 in that one. The next is a sporting event between Southampton and Brighton, and here's insight about the sporting event taking place today.
Brighton might have made too many mistakes against teams they should easily defeat, yet the Seagulls' unfavorable performance against bottom 10 sides should not matter at St Mary's. The visitors have never been defeated in a Premier League match at Southampton Stadium and were formidable when Chelsea visited, so they are unlikely to face many challenges in easily overcoming the bottom team.
So given that report that we have there, we think that it is safe to say, Brighton should be able to beat the basement boys, as they're called, Southampton today, and that's priced at another 1.24. We've gone with the, away draw no bet option. So if it happens to be a draw, you get your stakes back. But we expect Brighton to be able to win this one today at another 1.24 is what we're going with. Next sporting events between Aston Villa and Chelsea, and here's insight about this sporting event today.
In December, Chelsea easily defeated Aston Villa, but this time a tighter match could be expected between two top four contenders who have struggled to secure wins lately. This season, Villa have shown a preference for playing at home, and considering Chelsea's defensive weaknesses and recent difficulties in the attacking phase, we believe Emery's team will secure all 3 points this time.
So given the report that we have there about that sporting event, we think that, giving Aston Villa 2 goals handicap advantage going to that sporting event and expecting them to maintain that by the end of 90 minutes should be the safe way to play this at under 1.19 in that sporting event. Next is the game between Derby County and Millwall, and has insight about the sporting event taking place today.
As their winless streak approaches 2 months, Derby will be eager to deliver a strong performance in Eustace's first game in charge at Pride Park. The Rams have performed quite well in the East Midlands this season, so we are supporting them to just overcome the challenge from Millwall on Saturday.
Given the report that we have there, we think that the away team will not win 2-0, going by what's being found or reported about the sporting event today, and that's priced at another 1.21 in that sporting event. Next is the game between Plymouth Argyle and Cardiff City, and here's information about that sporting event for your use today.
Plymouth have established a 3-game winning streak at home park, and we believe they will maintain their strong performance at home by securing a close win against a Cardiff team that has suffered defeat in their last 2 away games.
Given the report that we have there, we think that giving Plymouth 2-goal advantage with their form going into the sporting event handicap, we expect them to maintain that at the end of 90 minutes, and that's priced at another 1.15 in that sporting event today. Next is the game between Sunderland and Hull City, and here's information about that sporting event taking place today.
Even though they suffered a painful loss in Monday's important match, we support Sunderland to return to winning form against a Hull City team struggling to gain traction in their fight for survival, especially considering the Black Cats' strong home performance.
Given the report that we have there, we think that the home team to win or draw is the safe way to play this one at another 1.18, given the reports that we have about that sporting event today. Next is the game between Coventry City and Preston, and here's information about that sporting event today to help you make better informed decisions.
Following their last-minute victory against Sheffield Wednesday a week prior, Coventry will feel a fantastic chance to achieve 3 consecutive wins as Preston visits the CBS Arena. The Lily-Whites performed well on the road against Norwich earlier this month, but we believe that Heckingbottom's squad will find it difficult away from Deepdale this time.
So given the report that we have there, it's safe to say that, a home win or draw will be the safe way to play this at another 1.21 in that sporting event. Next is the game between Norwich and Stoke City, and here's information about that sporting event for your use today.
Norwich have faced a decline in performance lately, and we feel the playoff contenders might face frustration in Saturday's home match, as we think Stoke may manage to keep the Canaries to a similar outcome as in October's encounter between the teams.
So given the report that we have there, we think that it is safe to say that the home team should be able to score here at another 1.18, and that's exactly what we're going with. Our next sporting event is between Portsmouth and Queen Park Rangers, and here's information, insight about the situation, of the sporting events taking place today.
Pompey will be brimming with confidence after achieving consecutive wins, and having triumphed in 7 of their last 10 home matches, we believe the host might manage to edge past the QPR team that has lost narrowly in their last 2 away games.
So given the report that we have there, it's safe to say that the away team will not win 2-0 in this sporting event, and that's priced at another 1.18 in that one. Next is the sporting event between Swansea and Blackburn, and has situation report about the two teams, and what we expect to see in this sporting event today, or how it's positioned to be for your information and decision making today, basically.
Blackburn will bring some momentum into Saturday's match after achieving consecutive wins, and we believe they could have another successful performance, particularly as they will be up against a Swansea side that is struggling with confidence after suffering 7 losses in 9 league games.
So given the report that we have there, we think that given the away team, that's Blackburn 2 goals advantage handicap going into that sporting event, is a safe way to go about betting on that event today, and that's priced at another 1.15 in that sporting event today. Next sporting event will be the game between West Bromwich and Oxford United, and here's information about that sporting event for those looking to back it today.
Even with the unexpected loss at home to Blackburn, West Brom continues to be a strong team at the Hawthorns and ought to feel assured about securing all 3 points against Oxford. The U's are having difficulty scoring and now confront a challenging journey to the Black Country for the first time since their EFL Cup defeat in 2014.
Right, so given the away team's inability to score a lot of goals, we do not see them scoring 2 goals in this one, and that's what we're going with on that 1.5 goals for the away team, and that's priced at another 1.20 in that sporting event. Next is sporting event between Hibernian and Celtic from Scottish Premier League, and here's information about that sporting event for your use today.
Hibernian have become tough to overcome lately, and we believe they can trouble a demoralized Celtic team on their own ground. Nonetheless, the Hopes will continue to be seen as strong favourites to secure victory in Saturday's match and are likely to find a method to surpass their rivals at Easter Road.
Given the report that we have there, we think that either of these teams to win at 90 minutes will be the safe way to play this at another 1.19, though we expect Celtic to be able to win here, but just to be on the safe side, as we like to do on the channel, we'll be going with either of them to win at the end of 90 minutes. Next sporting event is still from Scotland, and it's the game between Aberdeen and Kilmarnock, and here's information about that sporting event for your use today.
Aberdeen will gain confidence from their first league victory since November, and considering their strong home performance against Killie in recent seasons, we think the host will achieve a close win here.
So a home draw is a safe way you can place your bets on in this sporting event, given the reports that we've just heard about that, and that's priced at another 1.32, which is quite valuable if you ask us in that sporting event. Next is the game between Dundee United and Motherwell, and here's insight about what this sports event, how it is positioned or situated basically today.
Both teams are going through challenging times and will be keen to achieve victory here, prompting us to anticipate a close match that we think will result in a draw.
Right, so we see 2 goals, coming out of this sporting event at least, in that 1 over 1.5, and that's the safe way we decided to play this one at another 1.28 in that sporting event. Next is the game between Rangers and St Mirren, and here's information about that sporting event for those looking to back it.
Rangers are undoubtedly the favourites to achieve victory in this match, considering the advantage of playing at home and St Mirren's recent lackluster performance, which leads us to anticipate an easy win for the home team.
Given the report there, we think that Rangers should be able to win this one. It's quite straightforward. It's safe to say they can do that, and that's priced at another 1.19, and that's exactly what we think you should go with if you're going with that sporting event today. Next is the game between Ross County and Dundee, and here's information about that sporting event as always.
Ross County will gain confidence from their recent victory over Motherwell, and considering Dundee has lost their last 3 league games, we predict the host will come out on top in this match.
Ross County should be able to score at another 1.27, and that's exactly what we're going with in that sporting event. Next is the game between Alaves and Espanyol. We're now in the Spanish La Liga domains, and here's information about that sporting event for those looking to back it today.
This is a difficult match to predict, as Espanyol has faced significant challenges away from home this season, but it is clear that the Catalan team is getting better, and we anticipate that Gonzalez's squad will secure at least a point on Saturday afternoon.
Given the report that we have, there about that sporting event, we don't think that 4 goals will be scored in this sporting event, given the two teams are not really firing very well this current season. So under 3.5 goals is how we're going with this, around 1.16 in that sporting event. Next is the game between Rayo Vallecano and Villarreal, and here's a situation report basically about that sporting event.
Both squads require the points because of their aspirations in Europe, yet we see it hard to distinguish between them here. Villarreal will believe they can achieve a favorable outcome, but Rio have performed superbly this season, and we anticipate that the home side will be capable of earning at least a point on Saturday afternoon.
Villarreal to score is if we decide to play the sporting event today at another 1.26 in our one. Next is the game between Valencia and Atletico Madrid, and here's a situation report about this interesting fixture today basically.
This match is truly captivating, and Valencia will feel assured about securing a favorable outcome given their recent home performance. Atletico will be eager to steer clear of a third consecutive league match without a win, and we are supporting Simeone's team to secure a vital 3 points.
So, given the reports that we have there, we expect Atletico to be able to win today, but just to be on the safe side, we see them, battling this one and not to lose that game at all today. So, away win or draw will be a safe way to play this one if you're looking at backing that event today at another 1.24 in that one. Next sporting event is between Las Palmas and Barcelona, and here's insight about the sporting events taking place today.
Las Palmas aim for their first home league victory against Barcelona since 1986, but we find it quite challenging to support the hosts in achieving a favorable outcome here, as Barcelona's superior quality is expected to help them earn a straightforward 3 points on Saturday night.
So given the report that we have there about that sporting event, we think that it's safe to say Barcelona should be able to win today, and that's priced at another 1.26 in that sporting event, and that's exactly what we'll be going with. If you asked us, what our opinion is on that sporting event. Next sporting event takes us to Italy, and that's the game between Parma and Bologna, and here's some information or reports about the sporting event taking place today.
If Milan was expecting an easy transition after exiting Europe, they probably won't find it in Turin. Torino are challenging to overcome and to find the net against at their home ground, so the Rossoneri might have to accept a disappointing stalemate.
Right, so given the report that we have there, it's safe to say that Bologna should draw the away side. That is, and that's priced at another 1.25 in a sporting event. Next is the game between Venezia and Lazio, and here's information about that sporting event for those looking to back it today.
Despite missing a few essential players, Lazio possesses too much offensive strength for the struggling Venezia to cope with. Their squad depth has been showcased in the Europa League. Certainly, the Rome club has tallied the highest number of Serie A goals from substitutes this season, 14, whereas Venezia has scored the least, 1. Thus, if required, they can change the outcome of the match in their favor towards the end.
Given the report that we have there about that sporting event, we think that it is safe to say that Lazio away team, that is, should be able to win or draw here at another 1.19, and that's what we will be going with, if we're to back this event today, basically. Next sporting event is the game between Torino and AC Milan. This is still from the Serie A in Italy, and here's information about this sporting event taking place today.
If Milan was expecting an easy transition after exiting Europe, they probably won't find it in Turin. Torino are challenging to overcome and to find the net against at their home ground, so the Rossoneri might have to accept a disappointing stalemate.
Torino is a well-drilled side from what we heard about that report, from that report, and we think that under 3.5 goals will be the safe way to play this at another 1.29. We don't expect to see 4 goals in that sporting event, and this just allows us to see, or watch that game entertainingly and see what happens between these two teams today. Next sporting event is the game between Inter and Genoa, and here's information about that sporting event taking place today.
While Genoa manages to stay solid under their present coach, they have also netted the least goals in the first half this season, 5, whereas Inter has achieved the highest, 27. Anticipate the hosts, also motivated by last week's loss, to begin swiftly, then settle in and cruise toward victory.
So given the report that we have there about that sporting event today, we think that Inter should be able to find their way around collecting 3 points from Genoa today, and that's priced at another 1.29 in a sporting event. Before I go further, guys, I'd like to ask you to please take 1 second to hit the like button and another second to hit the subscribe button. It's your first time coming across the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bells up to also, so you become or you'll be notified when we post something of value on the channel, which we try to do every single day, and you do not miss out on important updates. This is basically how we do what we do here on the channel. We give you sporting events, insights, and safe market options, basically trying to change the narratives around sports bettors worldwide, trying to give a new angle to sports betting. It can be profitable and a really serious business if you go about it seriously. And one way to do that is by coming to this channel and seeing what we have every single day to help you make better informed decisions. So as a matter of fact, I'd like to give a shout out to all of you. Yes, thank you so much for being here. For the new subscribers, returning subscribers, those who have been liking and commenting, we really appreciate your feedback. It really means a lot and it's helping the channel really grow, and we'd like you to do more of that. Okay guys, keep engaging with us. Let us know what you think about anything at all in the comment section, and we will be there to respond to that. Big shout out to our sponsors for this one, Mega Parry, who have been amazing. Nice bookmaker, great odds, and good payouts, 200% first time deposit bonus you get when you register with them. You can find that link in our bio. Just go there and register and begin to place your bet basically on that bookmaker of choice. Basically, they're very good at that. So yeah, don't forget to use the promo code that our promo code is DAFOPS. Okay, don't forget to use that promo code when you're registering to show that you came from the channel basically. So moving on, this next sporting event we're tracking today is from Germany, Bundesliga, and that's the game between Mönchengladbach and Augsburg, and has information about that sporting event taking place today.
Although Borussia Mönchengladbach's defense isn't the most robust, their rivals have faced difficulties in the attacking zone. Moreover, the host's performance at home has been quite outstanding, and it wouldn't be unexpected if they succeeded against Augsburg.
So, that being said, we think that the home draw will be the safe way to play this sporting event if you're going to back that today at another 1.25 in that one. Next is the game between Holstein Kiel and Bayern Leverkusen. Now, and here's information about that sporting event, how we expect it to shape out today.
It would be quite rare for the champions to experience another goalless draw, particularly since they have consistently generated opportunities in the attacking area. Holstein Kiel have struggled defensively, and it would be unexpected if they managed to stop Leverkusen.
In the report that we have there, we think that Bayern Leverkusen should be able to score 2 goals against a leaky Holstein side today, and that's priced at another 1.31 in a sporting event. Next sporting event is between Mainz and St. Pauli, still from the Bundesliga, and has insight reports from the team about how this sporting event is positioned today.
Considering the defensive statistics of both teams, Saturday's match might result in few goals, as the hosts, who have allowed the second fewest goals at home, 10, aim for their 6th league victory at Muir Arena against a rival that boasts the 3rd best away defensive record, 13 goals conceded. However, the 05 ERS are favored to win the match and hand this weekend's rivals a 3rd consecutive league loss, making it their 8th away defeat.
Given that report there, we think that under 3.5 goals will be seen basically, so we'd not expect to see 4 goals in that sporting event today at another 1.27 in that one. Next sporting event we're tracking is the game between Wolfsburg and Bochum, and has insight information about that sporting event taking place today.
Wolfsburg has occasionally had trouble with teams in the lower half, and they might face challenges against a self-assured Bochum squad. Nevertheless, the visitors' performance on the road raises concerns, making it difficult to ignore their shortcomings away from home. Thus, the Wolves are likely to be regarded as the favorites to secure all 3 points.
Given the report that we have there, we think that the home or the away side should win at the end of 90 minutes, even though we expect Wolfsburg to win. But just to be on the safe side, we've gone with that option, and that's priced at another 1.22 in that sporting event. Next is the game between Borussia Dortmund and Union Berlin, and here's insights about the sporting event taking place today.
Kovac will be eager to secure his initial league victory as Dortmund manager, and his squad might approach the match feeling assured after their European achievements. Given that Union have struggled away from home for a while, it's hard to envision them escaping defeat at Signal Iduna Park.
All their inconsistency, like I said earlier in the channel or Telegram, you can join our Telegram group. The link is pinned in our bio. For all their inconsistency, we expect to see 2 goals in that sporting event today, and that's priced at another 1.19, giving Dortmund can be Dortmund on their day, basically. So that's how we decided to play that one safe today and see what happens this time around between this Dortmund's fixture, basically. Next sporting event takes us to France League One. And that's the game between Lille and Monaco, and has information about that sporting event today.
Lille are just not securing enough victories, leading to their fall from the top 4, but achieving a win here could significantly boost their hopes. Monaco will be challenging rivals, and even with a subpar away performance, Potter's team will prove competitive in a match that is just as difficult to predict as the battle for the top 4.
Given the report that we have there, we think that Lille should be able to score today, no matter how it gets, at another 1.19 in that sporting event, and that's what we will be going with if we're to back that sporting event. Next is the game between Saint-Etienne and Angers, and has information about that sporting event taking place today.
Saint-Etienne urgently require a victory as they embark on a series of 4 potentially favorable matches, featuring away games against the bottom 2 teams, and they have performed better at home, securing 16 of their 18 points at the Guéchard. With Angers nearly secure and competing in the Coupe de France quarter-finals, it wouldn't be surprising if some focus on that midweek match, which might lead to a league slip-up here, similar to their recent performance against Le Havre.
Right, so given the report that we have there, we think that the home win or draw will be the safe way to play this at another 1.39, even though we expect Saint-Etienne to win. But that's just to be on the safe side, of course, as we always try to do on the channel. Next is the game between AG Auxerre and Marseille, and has information about that sporting event today.
Marseille have dispatched nearly all opposition in the past months, establishing themselves in second place as they aim for a return to the Champions League, and they will be favored against an Auxerre team that has not won in 10 matches. The hosts have not been defeated at this venue since a 3-0 loss to Monaco in September, but few rivals will present as difficult a challenge as Marseille, and their recent struggles may persist in this match.
Right, so given the report that we have there, we think that the away draw will be the safe way to play this at another 1.23 in that sporting event. Next is the sporting event between Feyenoord and Almere City, and this is from the Netherlands Eredivisie, and has information inside about that sporting event today.
Despite Feyenoord's 3-match winning streak in this matchup since Almere City entered the Eredivisie, suggesting another clear victory, the Black Sheep's recent unbeaten away record, featuring a 1-0 triumph at Utrecht, might allow Rich Dick's team to secure a draw. After their midweek efforts in Milan, we think the injury-plagued host might lose points on Saturday.
So given the report that we have there, we think that Feyenoord to win will be the safe way to play this sporting event today at another 1.22, and that's exactly what we're backing in that sporting event. The next sporting event is the game between Casapia and Gil Vicente, and has information about that sporting event for those looking to back it today.
Although Casapia's inconsistency has been noticeable lately, the timing is ideal for them to achieve their first-ever victory against the faltering visitors, whose poor performance and chaos in the management make them susceptible.
So given the report that we have here about that sporting event, we think that the home team to win or draw is valuable and safe to play to back, basically, when you go with the home win or draw option today, and that's priced at another 1.32 in that sporting event. Next is the game between Benfica and Boa Vista. This is still from Portugal, and here's information about that sporting event taking place today.
Benfica are strong favourites for this match, benefiting from their current form, an impressive home record this season, and a history of triumph in this fixture at the Luz, while Boa Vista's difficulties further heighten expectations of a victory for the home team.
We think that the safe way to play this would be to give the away team 1-goal handicap and expect Benfica to turn it around, and win when you take away 1 goal from the final scoreline from their side of the scoreline. It should still reflect that Benfica is winning. It's a handicap option, by the way, and that's priced at another 1.36 in that sporting event. Next is the game between Estoril Praia and Rio Ave, and here's information about that sporting event for those looking to back it today.
This matchup appears to resemble a closely fought contest, as both teams have demonstrated determination lately. However, we anticipate Estoril to prevail, considering they are in a more dynamic shape, while Rio's unfavorable away performance will also influence the outcome.
So given the report that we have there about that sporting event, we think that the home win or draw will be safe way to play this at another 1.29 in that sporting event. Next is the sporting event between Reading and Birmingham City, and here's information about that sporting event taking place today.
Following the excitement of securing a place at Wembley on Tuesday night, there might be a lull for Birmingham in Berkshire on Saturday afternoon. Reading performs remarkably well at home and will feel optimistic about earning a respectable point against the Blues in this match.
So given the report that we have there about that sporting event, we think that, given the home team 3 goals advantage handicap going to that sporting event, and expecting them to maintain that 3-goal advantage against Birmingham today will be the safe way to play the sporting event today at another 1.22 in that one. Next is the game between Rotherham United and Barnsley, and has insight about the sporting event taking place today.
Saturday's gathering is said to be fascinating as two teams eager to initiate comebacks aim for a win against their Yorkshire competitors. Both teams have more quality than their recent performances indicate, and we anticipate that the points will be divided at the New York Stadium due to the absence of momentum.
So we expect to see 2 goals in this sporting event today, and that's what we're going with basically. Over 1.5 is the safe way we think you can go with this sporting event. If you decide to back it today at another 1.24 in that one. Next is the game between Blackpool and Crawley Town, and has information about that sporting event taking place today.
Blackpool might hold the upper hand in league standings, yet their failure to secure full points could impede them once more this weekend. Simultaneously, Crawley will be prepared for a battle, aware that they have a solid opportunity to secure at least a point from the match, so anticipate a tightly contested game
so
on Saturday.
Given the report that we have there, we think that under 4 goals to be scored here at another 1.20 will be the safe way to go in that sporting event. We don't expect to see 4 goals here, but if we do, you get your sticks back. That's the option I decided to go with in that sporting event. Next is the game between Bolton Wanderers and Leyton Orient, and here's your information about that sporting event for those looking to back it today.
Bolton might have slightly outscored their rivals this season, yet they have allowed 20 more goals than Orient up to this point in the term. Considering this, along with the O's strong away performance, anticipate the visitors to secure all 3 points on Saturday.
So given the report that we have there, we think that, the home team, the away team, to have 2 goals advantage going into that sporting event handicap and maintaining that 2-goal handicap will be safe way to play this at another 1.20 in that one. Next sporting event is between Cambridge United and Stockport, and here's information about that sporting event taking place today.
Cambridge have 15 matches remaining to salvage their season, and they could begin positively by finding the net this weekend with a new manager in charge. Nonetheless, considering the significant difference in quality between the teams, and the reality that all the momentum appears to be with Stockport before Saturday's matchup, the Hatters are expected to prolong their unbeaten run yet again with another win.
Given the report that we have there about that sporting event, we think that the away team to win or draw is a safe way to play this. If you ask us our opinion on that sporting event, and that's priced at another 1.22, and that's exactly what we think you should go with if you're going to back that event today, given the reports, of course, that we have about that sporting event. Next is between Huddersfield and Peterborough, and has information about that sporting event for your use today.
As Huddersfield Town has regained momentum in their promotion chase recently and the visitors remain lacking confidence at the lower end of the standings, we support Michael Duff's squad to secure 3 consecutive victories on Saturday.
Alright, so given that report that we have there about that sporting event, we think that the home win or draw will be the safe way to play this sporting event today at another 1.18 in that one, and that's exactly what we're going with if you ask us our opinion. Next sporting event is between Charlton Athletic and Exeter City, and here's information about that sporting event taking place today.
Charlton might have been defeated in their last match, but their previous performances were outstanding, and they aim to return to victory this weekend. Considering that the Addicts possess the strongest defensive record outside the top 6, the Grecians might find it challenging to break through, and Jones's team could secure a clean sheet while also clinching all 3 points on Saturday.
Given the report that we have there, we think that the home draw no bet will be the safe way to play this one today at another 1.17 in that sporting event. Next is the game between Lincoln City and Bolton Albion, and has information about that sporting event taking place today in League 1.
Even though Baton is the informed team coming into this match, we must not overlook the way Lincoln triumphed at Mansfield. Considering this, we are supporting Skobola's team to achieve a tough win, possibly thanks to a late goal.
So given the report that we have there, we think that the home team to win or draw is a safe way to play this at another 1.23 in that sporting event today. Next is the game between Norton Town and Bristol City, and here's information about that sporting event for those looking for more insight on it today.
As both teams have demonstrated progress recently, they will each be confident in their prospect of increasing their respective point totals. Nonetheless, we are supporting the guests to succeed, an outcome that could be crucial as the season concludes.
So either of these teams to win is a safe way we decided to go with this sporting event today, and that's priced at another of 1.31 in that sporting event. Next is the game between Shrewsbury Town and Stevenage, and has information about that sporting event for those who will be looking to back that, today.
As both teams are struggling with their performance, Saturday may turn out to be a battle of endurance. Considering this, a low-scoring draw seems the most plausible result, one that would benefit neither side.
For safety, we decided to go with, away team not to win to nil in that one at another 1.21 in that sporting event. Next is the game between Wycombe Wanderers and Wigan, and has insight about the sporting event taking place today.
As League One's most potent offense faces its most vulnerable defense, it's easy to see Wycombe Wanderers potentially reinforcing their position in the top two with a home win against the Wigan Athletic team struggling for momentum.
So given the report that we have there, we think that the away team to score under 1.5 goals will be the safe way to play this one at another 1.17 in that one. Next sporting events between Sivasspor and Konyaspor from Turkey, and here's information about that sporting event for those looking to back it today.
Sivasspor we believe they have a good chance against the Konyaspor team that is currently struggling away from home. A third consecutive loss seems very probable for the visitors, who usually have difficulty achieving favorable outcomes at this venue, which is why we anticipate a victory for the hosts.
So given the report that we have there, we expect the home team to be able to score quite, excitingly. We have 1.35 as the odd for that, which we find quite valuable for, the home team to score, which we think they will, do today. Next sporting event is between Antalyaspor and Kasimpasa, and here's information about that sporting event taking place today.
Antalyaspor might not have lost in 4 matches, yet their difficulties in scoring an erratic home performance make them susceptible. Kasimpasa have demonstrated their toughness away from home, and they will manage to secure a favorable outcome since Antalya are not particularly strong on their own turf, which is why we foresee a draw.
Given the report that we have there, we think that it's safe to say, giving the away team 2 goals advantage going into that sporting event and expecting them to maintain that 2-goal advantage will be the safe way to play this sporting event today at another 1.21. That's a handicap option, by the way, just so you know. Next sporting event is between Samsunspor and Rizeспor. Right, this is still from the Turkish Super League, and here's information about that Turkish football event happening today.
Samsunspor are gaining momentum and will feel assured about achieving a third consecutive victory, particularly against a Rizespor team that is currently on a 3-match losing streak. Given the guests' weak performance away, having lost 5 of their previous 6 matches on the road, the home team ought to have the advantage and secure an easy win in this match, even without their top scorer.
All right, so given the report that we have there, we think that, the home win or draw, should be the safe way to play this one today at another 1.30 if you're looking at backing that sporting event. Next sporting event takes us to USA. I'm very, very excited to announce that the MLS is back. We should have a lot of that event tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. But this is the first one for, the season. And it's a game between Los Angeles, and Minnesota United. And here's insight about this amazing sporting event taking place today from the MLS.
Predicting the result is difficult due to a lack of competitive matches to assess form and momentum, but LAFC seems to have a better chance of winning, having surpassed the visitors in recent games and displaying an impressive home record in this matchup.
Right, you just heard that. So we think that the home, draw will be the safe way to play this one at another 1.26 in our sporting event today. Next is the game between Al Ittihad and Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia, and here's information about that sporting event taking place today.
Al Ittihad have not lost a home league match this season, whereas the visitors have faced difficulties away from home. However, given Al Hilal's impressive performance in their latest meetings, we believe this game will result in a draw.
Given a report that we've had there about that sporting event, we expect Al Hilal to be able to score today at an odd of 1.15, even though Al Hilal has been is supposed to be the better team here, but because of their form of late, as the report says, I think that's the safe way to play this one, and let's see what happens in a sporting event today. So this is one of those sporting events you learn from. Of course, you can't learn from all of them. If you go, monitor or track what happens in those sporting events as against the safe market options we provide, to be on the safe side while you do that. All right, so next sporting event and the final sporting event we have today is the game between basketball game, by the way, from NBA, and that's between Sacramento Kings and Golden State Warriors. And here's insights about this basketball event taking place today.
The Sacramento Kings have recently been successful against the Warriors, but they are missing one of the key players in this matchup, Fox. We are supporting the visiting team to emerge victorious when everything is concluded.
Right, so given the report that we have there, it is safe to say that Golden State Warriors should be able to win this one today, and that's priced at another 1.79, including overtime. All right, guys, so these are the sporting events we have for you today, alongside the safe market options and insights about the sporting events for your use today. So very important to note that football prediction, sports prediction comes with a lot of factors that can affect the outcomes of those sporting events that we cannot envisage at the time of doing our research, compiling analytics, and bringing this to you. So it's important to gamble responsibly and to not stick more than you can afford to let go of. Very important to note that. And also, information provided here is for education and entertainment purposes only, to help you make better informed decisions as you go about making your picks today. Do not consider this any form of financial advice, or we do not promise any huge financial turnaround going by what's offered here on the channel. We expect you to be able to look at these games and make decisions of your own, because at the end of the day, it is up to you to do what you want to do with the information provided here and the safe market options that we provided. Also note that you need to carve out 1, 2, or 3 slips from the sporting events provided here to increase your chances of winning on days when we have a lot of sporting events like we have today. I said that yesterday, that we're going to have a lot of events today, and here they are. So get to watching and carving out those winning slips for yourselves. So it doesn't matter if you're an expert, beginner, or intermediary sports bettor, you will find value here by any means, either with the information or the safe market options that we provide. Either of those can serve your purpose today and help you increase your chances of winning and beating the odds, importantly, in the long run. And that's why we set up this channel. So this is it for now, and that'll be all for today. I'll see you guys in the next video. May the odds be in our favor always, guys.